gotta say, the little things that are happening in the market have been quite interesting to see. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Today we are Grimace Cole 40. So, Hamburglar. Okay, I had to get that in my system. Discount code Invoked40 over on Gamer's Choice will save you on anything that you are going to want out of this set. I see that the Monster Reborn's coming along quite nicely. Aerial Eater's pretty cheap. Surprised to see that's on the best-selling list here. Same thing with the Duel Links Dragon. DD Designator also coming along quite nicely. A lot of very, very cheap cards that have been moving along quite nicely. And, of course, best-selling over on Kong's. Discount code MK40 on both sites will save you on your purchase. Hello, all these good cards. How are you guys doing? Photon Lord moving along here as well. Regeki doing great. Dragon Gate also being one of the better selling ones. But once again, I mean, it's new card flavor. People are excited to get their hands on a lot of this new stuff. Even the Retaliating Sea from this set spiked up very, very nicely. I see Domain moving along here as well. But yes, discount code MK40 will save you on your purchase for anything that you want from this set. Oh, breaking news, Flesh and Blood TCG ban list. I wish I knew more about Flesh and Blood, but here we are. So, you're probably looking at the Royal Magical Library here, and you're probably shaking your head going, nine listings? Top end's $20? Well, scrolling down here a little bit. The not-so-great feedback section has it at $3, $6. But then you see this little section here coming in about $6 to $7. For whatever reason, Royal Magical Library has a price point actually decently expensive. And this is something that really caught me off guard because I swear nobody really bats an eye at this card anymore. And also, I mean, this thing just fairly got a super rare upgrade, but it has always been one of the major culprits in the FTK world for the things that it was capable of doing. Invoked Kaliga. So, Kaliga has turned into the really annoying Floodgate monster at the moment because if a player's monster effect attempts to activate, none of that player's monsters can activate their effects for the rest of this turn while this card is face up, and each player can only attack with one monster during each battle phase. This card is one of the most toxic Floodgate cards that exist right now, and the fact that we've got Crowley popping around with Magistus right now making this card, that's just turned this card into something crazy because, I mean, it just requires a dark monster. Congratulations. Do you know how incredibly easy it is to tune for a dark monster with this? But yeah, you're looking at about $3 to $4 at this point. You can get Ultras for like 30 cents. I think that's one of the cool things about, seeing cheap cards like this. At least the high rarity is actually not that bad. It's also really cool to see Kaliga being a pain in the butt again. Clockwork Knight. So, I guess we've had a little bit of movement in one of the lower rarities of this. So right now, Quarter Century's coming in $14. Let's be honest here for a second. That's not even that bad, considering how much we have clocked Clockwork Knight. Interesting. Then we got $3 versions. Battles of Legend, Crystal Revenge. This is the printing, I think, has been kind of fluctuating up a little bit. As you can see here, $3 copies all day long. Also, keep in mind, I love the 33, 32 versions here. Someday, last save point, you're gonna question why people aren't buying your cards. Platinums are $3. Quarter Century Supers are also, surprisingly enough, $3. That's kind of crazy to think about too. Wow. Honestly, I'm more impressed with how consistent this card has been. That's really cool. So, the Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. So, we all know that we're getting a reprint for this. Not even after a short amount of time it's going to touch down. But if you've been paying attention to the drop down on this card, yeah, you fell from $10, but you fell down to $5, and then you actually recovered up. Right now, a lot of people are picking up this card because Burst Protocol. And it's crazy to me because tins literally hit the shelves here very, very soon. And we're going to have the opportunity to see, how this pack or how this is going to affect the market. But it appears that people just are still picking this stuff up. So I'm really curious about the long term for this. Do we actually have sales on this? Yeah, you actually have sales on this, man. People actually are picking this up. People are disregarding the Starlight Rare. We'll see if it makes any real difference, though, when things hit. Mazara Deville. This is one of my favorite cards in the game because if Pandemonium is on your side of the field, when you special summon this card successfully, your opponent discards 3 random cards from their hand. Now, in order to get this stupid thing up on the field, you have to have a Warrior of Zera, you have to have Pandemonium up, and it is such a pain in the butt to get up. But you get a Portuguese version here. Really disappointed I can't read what that Portuguese name is. Then you go up to 20 and then you hit $22. Honestly, from reliable feedback here, you're looking about $22 to $25 on up to $40, honestly. So this is just a classic example of old Yu-Gi-Oh cards doing hilarious things. I actually like that a lot. Triple Tactics Thrust. So we know we have the alt art of this coming. I'm really actually quite excited about seeing that alt, but you're looking at $45. Also, somebody asked me recently, should they sell their QCRs and pick up alties? Why did you pick up QCRs when you potentially wanted alties? That's something I don't really understand when we look at this sort of market here. Like, get the versions that you want. If you ended up not liking QCRs, then go pick up alties. You got to remember, some of the alties, if they have the swirl, they're good. If they're not, well, you're going to be a little bit upset. Also, still like $18 copies here. Triple Tactics Thrust Plats are $19. I'm more impressed with how these are going on the back end here. PUR is still $16, $17 Maze versions, $15 versions, and we have Secret Rare versions at 11s. I still think this card needs to go to 1, but that's neither here nor there. This card is one of the most toxic cards I've seen in a format. Nurturia Hydrangea. Oh, if the effect of a Nurturia monster you control was activated during this turn, we can special summon this card from our hand. It's a free level 5 that can actually extend itself out. I'm kind of curious. So, there's been a lot of these random dual terminal cards that just have really low quantities on the market. And to me, this is another example of somebody actually bought one of these. Whether or not it was for collection or it was for some bad deck idea, you have slight movements. It's interesting. Pulling the Rug. Super rare. Interesting. So we're down to 36 listings right now. And it does appear that Pulling the Rug's coming in about $2 to $3. This is another case example here of, how is this card doing on the long term? Where are we going to see more shifts around? I don't know. Ally of Justice Catastor. Man, for near mint English from HAO1, you're going to be spending about $8 a copy, which, is nothing too crazy, considering, this card warps up pretty quickly. What's our sales stat on this? Wow, people actually do buy this card. Just for near mints, it's not a lot, but interesting. Filter sales. Let's take off that limiter. Let's see if this makes any difference. Yeah, people do buy a lot of light plays. Yeah, for $5, I don't really blame them. Toon World, Magic Ruler, MRL. This is the good stuff. First Eds, $10. It's interesting. Get an Italian here, Mundo Toon for 30. You head up to 40, 45. That's actually some interesting values. And then, I guess it's just not a market watch unless we have some sort of off-of-the-wall thing here. Because Fairy Dragon, this thing originates all the way from Champion Pack 3. This beautiful dragon spirit harbors hidden strength. The only thing it's hiding in its value is $6 heading on up to 10, and then you don't even have a near mint on the market. That's actually kind of crazy to think about in terms of value. Well, your market is a weird place right now, man. It is just another day in the office. But please, check out our friends over at Kong's and Gamer's Choice. Discount code M40. Save you on your purchase. And yes, we do have a card of the day this morning, so be ready. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.